Hi, I'm Roamy. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Mamaruga Zensling to carry an older child. Now here I've got the Zensling, which is a very popular option for new babies because it scrunches up really nice and small, but it also stretches really wide and can go really tall. So what I'm going to do, just to start with, I'm just going to lengthen off the panel on the front. So I'm just literally lengthening these, and it will depend on how big your child is as to how long you want them to be. So I'm just guesstimating for mine, and you can obviously lengthen it once they're in. I'm going to take the waistband and I'm just going to fold it in so the writing bit is hanging over the front and this piece is folded down, and put this around my waist. Flip it together and just pull these sideways to tighten it up. And you want this as snug as a belt, so it should be tight but not uncomfortably so. I'm just going to spread the fabric around a little bit, so this can concertina right down, but it can also stretch right around the waistband. So you want it nice and wide, depending on how old your child is. So the doll I'm using is about 1 year old size. So to spread this around, I'm now going to pick up my doll. So you're going to hold your child with their legs just wrapping around you. So their head is on your upper chest, like that, so their legs coming around. I'm going to slide my hand under the base of the carrier and just stroke it up over their bottom and back so I'm holding them with the panel. One strap goes over one shoulder and the other one goes over the other. Now at this stage, just check this is obviously not coming up way above their head or it's only halfway up their back. You want it to be between their armpits and the nape of their neck, so anywhere between there is fine. If your child does like to have their arms out, you might want to shorten these off a little bit, but you can also do that once they're actually done up in it. You don't have to do it at this stage unless you want to. So I might just tighten that one up a tiny little bit there, and this one up a tiny bit. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to reach around with one hand and take hold of the strap on the opposite side. Bring it straight down to hold them nice and snug against you. Then bring the strap around and clip it in over here. Now, depending on who uses last, you may need to tighten backwards. I say if you do the big tightening backwards, so any big adjustments to go backwards, and then any smaller tightening you can do by pulling forwards. When you next come to use it, if you just loosen off the front one, then you just have to pull straight forward. You won't have to do the backward one. But you may find if you're swapping between people, or if it's the first time you've used it, you may need to tighten backwards too. We're going to do exactly the same with the other side now. So reach around, bring the strap straight down to hold them snug against you, and then bring it round. And the reason for pulling it straight down is it stops the straps from digging into your neck, and it also makes it much easier to tighten the buckle up because you're not trying to tighten baby's weight at the same time. Just having to move this around because the webbing is on its loosest setting there. There we go, I've got it. So let's bring this one backwards first. Can't grab the webbing. Try and beat them around. So if it is really, really loose on this one, it's a little bit hard to grab. There we go, got it. Right, so you do big tightening by putting that one straight back, and then any smaller tightening you do by bringing this one forward. Okay, so yeah, the reason you pull them straight down is it stops the straps digging into your neck, and it also supports baby nice and snug, so all the loose webbing is round by the buckle, which makes it much easier to tighten. Right, looking at position, we want this to be fitting from one knee pit to the other. So adjust the width of the carrier as necessary so it comes to their knees, but their lower legs can swing freely. Height of the carrier, this is great at this height if you're happy to have your arms in. If your child would like to have their arms out over the top, all you need to do is just tighten this piece here. You see that one there? You can bring that straight down, and then they can bring their arm out through here. So it's really nice because you can adjust how high it is while you're wearing it. You don't need to do it beforehand. If you want to do the same on this side, if I bring this one down, take their weight a little bit while you pull it, like that, and you can bring their arm out over the top. So remember, you don't want it any lower than their armpits, but to the armpits is absolutely fine. And then we want to check they're held nice and secure. So way to do that is basically, imagine you were holding them in your arms. If you feel you need to lift them, then it's worth tightening it. But if they feel nice and snug, then that's great. With the straps, you can leave them like this, which is fairly straight, or you can spread these over your shoulders if you prefer. Some people prefer them like this because it can spread the weight a bit more. Others prefer them straight up. So we've checked the width, we've checked this is a nice width here. We've checked the height of it, we've checked they're nice and snug. And that's basically it. So To take them out, what you need to do is you just literally loosen the very front of these to make it nice and easy to put them in. So I'm just going to loosen that bit by lifting it and unclip, and do the same with this side. So you loosen the front bit and you unclip. Then bring this down over your shoulders and you can lift your baby out. And once you've done it once, that's then all adjusted for you to use it again. So it's really quick and easy. You'll just pull forwards to tighten it. And that's how to use the Mamaruga Zensling with an older child.